All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Dish Sleeper Farmer Cigar Deck Talks. We're out at the deck today. Beautiful, a little breezy, a little windy. Hopefully, it's not messing with the audio quality too much. But happy Father's Day. I am shooting this video on Father's Day. We're going to talk about a fathering topic, kind of work some stuff out, see what we think. Before we get into that, what are we smoking? What are we drinking? Because it is Father's Day, I decided to pull out a very special cigar. This is from the Downtown Lansing Smoking Club. They have their own, what they're called, usually shop cigars or house cigars. The guy actually has some contacts that roll cigars for him. And I've done the tri-colored, but he now has the quad color. Starts off with Connecticut, goes to a green wrapper, and then goes to two different types of Maduro wrappers, getting progressively darker and stronger as you go. Really excited to try this one out. When I saw it, if I had the money on me, I'd have bought a whole pack of them, gotten a case of them, but alas, I did not have the money on me. So I'm just doing a couple of special sticks that I got. Really enjoying it so far. The Connecticut is just delicious. For the drink, again, it's Father's Day, so we decided instead of doing a beer, we're gonna do a little bit of rum. So I've been actually doing some research on rums, trying to learn as much as I can. Again, I always like studying, I always like learning. And turns out, pour a little bit here. There you go. Turns out if they spell rum, R-H-U-M, that is actually like champagne. It is a very highly regulated rum that falls into very specific categories and criterias and stuff they can and can't do. Very tasty. Like they can't add sugar, they can't add artificial coloring. There's stuff like this one has an age statement which says 4 years, which if you don't know, it is common for rum companies and actually some other alcoholic companies, that'd be the oldest rum that was in there. So it might just be like, an ounce of 4-year-old rum. With these guys, especially the Bourbon Court, that is the youngest rum. So the youngest in there is at least 4 years in an American white oak barrel, which is really cool. I'm really enjoying it. It is very tasty. You can taste notes and flavors in this rum that you can't taste in a lot of others because, again, they're trying to make it something it's not. I'm really enjoying it. It's really good. But anyway, on to the topic tonight. So, like the title suggests, am I the bad father? As some of you guys may or may not know, Swedish Compass currently is in Finland. We shipped her off to another country to go stay with her host sister, her exchange sister. We had an exchange student from Finland. They've been missing each other. Swedish Compass around January was like, you know what? I want to go visit my exchange sister, kind of have that senior trip that I hear so many people talk about. So we hummed and hawed, and ultimately we decide, hey, if you can raise the money for the ticket and the money while you're there, you have our blessing. For me, it wasn't that hard. My thought process was, she's 18 now. She is an adult. She really doesn't need my permission or my blessing in my mind. Plus, I thought it'd be really good for her to travel internationally. I mean, one, it forces you to do stuff that outside your comfort zone. You have to rely on yourself. Oh, let me back up here, a couple of caveats. One, she's never traveled internationally that she can remember. She did when she was very young into Canada, but that doesn't count. And she's never actually flown domestically. She has flown in airplanes before, but they're always little Cessnas and whatnot, part of like kids' days. So she actually has never flown or traveled through an airport security and navigated terminals. So when she flew out, it's as green as green could be. So I've shared this with a few people. And I've had both responses. One, I've got the, wow, what an amazing father that you let your daughter go on this adventure, even though it kind of sounds like she may or may not be ready for it. And I've gotten people say that I'm a horrible individual, that this was a very mean thing to do, and I'm kind of setting my daughter up for failure. It's been very interesting, and good points on both sides. The people who say that, this is the best thing a dad can do, said that, look, this will cause her to mature. And then she'll be able to use this experience to compare it to a lot of other struggles she has in life. She did have a lot of trouble with her flight to Finland. She missed a connection. She had problems with security, problems with her baggage. She had to, negotiate the rebooking process, about rebooking her tickets. Did she want to have a longer layover, shorter layover? How many legs of her, did she want to add on? How many layovers did she want to add on? So on and so forth. Now, we helped with a lot of studies, a lot of research. We gave her articles to read, YouTube videos, how-tos. And both me and Homeschooling Mama have traveled quite a bit, so we shared our knowledge with her. So yes, there were people who said this is amazing. Like, if she has trouble at school or, when getting a new job or a new apartment, she can compare it and say, hey, this is nothing compared to traveling to Finland by myself. And that's how I looked at it. I really looked at it that this is an opportunity for her to really grow and mature. But I've had just as many people say I was throwing her to the wolves, that this could absolutely cripple her and could destroy her. She could get lost. She could get on the wrong flight. It could give her, crushing anxieties forever traveling internationally again. It could cause her to have a lot of really big problems. One, again, she's an adult, and she needs to start thinking like an adult. Not that she doesn't all the time. She does quite a bit of the time, but there are times when she still wants to be a kid. Well, you're an adult. This is you having to take care of this. There are many people who said, like, I should have went with her, dropped her off, and then flown back home, or so at least she had someone to travel the first leg of the trip, right? The way there. And then she could figure the way back. They said we probably should have sent her on little trips first, to at least get used to airport security and flying. So yeah, it's been a very interesting response. I've had people tell me that, I'm a really bad father for doing this because I'm setting her up for failure. Or that it's not proper. It's not proper for a young girl to go unaccompanied on a journey like this to a foreign country and having to travel through multiple countries. It's not proper to have such a young girl, fresh out of high school, travel by themselves. I understand that. I disagree, of course, because, I sent her. One, I do know my daughter. I know she's very resilient. She's very smart. I know in the moment she'll be able to deal with it. Now, granted, yes, she may come back and, have some contemplation to do on the world and traveling and whether or not she wants to be an international traveler. Sure, that's probably going to happen. But at the end of the day, she can sit back and say, I did this. I got to a foreign country pretty much all by myself. Like, I booked the ticket. I studied the gates. I'm the one who made the arrangements with her exchange family. Like, she did it all. Pretty much without us. I mean, it was her taking point. That was the, if you are now an adult and you want to do this, you have to take charge. You can't have mommy and daddy, telling you what you can and can't do. And me personally, I think that is the most amazing thing to give your child. To have them go out there, face what could appear to some to be insurmountable odds, but have them come through with a victory. I mean, now both me and homeschooling mama were completely prepared if stuff went sideways to go and help her out and pick her up. Um, but I knew she'd probably figure it out. It was a little bit easier than, if this been 10 years ago. We could track her with her phone, message her the whole time. Um, so we weren't too worried about that. But I think giving her this gift of allowing her to make her own mistakes, but then once it succeeds, once she does it, she doesn't have to share this victory. She doesn't have to say, well, it's, because of my parents, I was able to go to Finland. This is her own victory. This is her being able to say, I did this on my own, with little to no help from anyone else. I did. This is me. And to have a victory that you accomplish on your own is far and wide, I believe, the best gift you can give your child. If you can give them that win, and they did almost all the work, life-changing, life-altering. So, time will tell. Maybe I'll be determined to have been a bad father for, letting my daughter go out on her own and go to a foreign country all by herself for the first time. But I don't think so. I think history will judge it differently. I think this will be a very big building moment for my daughter where she'll be able to look back and say, yeah, this is my success. I did this. No one else. And if I can go to a foreign country going through checkpoints and security and passports and border patrols and rescheduling flights, missing flights, and I also raised all the money to do it, what can't I do? And I think that'll make the difference for her. And I think she'll be in a better place just knowing that. Well, anyway, folks, I am going to go enjoy the rest of my delicious cigar, have some of my harum, and very excited to get back or to have Swedish Compass get back and hear her stories and see if it did build her up or did it destroy her. I know I think happened, but time will tell. Anyway, folks, stay safe out there. We'll see you at the next one.